No problem.
One here.
Just gonna move you more to the center. I'll just clean it afterwards. All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to tonight's podcast. I want to welcome Mr. Zordigus and James.
Hello.
Hello.
So, yes, on tonight's session, we will be going over such topics as politics to probably gaming.
Oh boy.
All right, so let's see who we got tonight. We got a Habanori Psycho Dog, Andrew, not Patty, and Monica. Hello, Monica. Welcome back.
Hello.
Anyway, so tonight, after these stories we will be having, we will be taking callers to ask us questions about certain things we've talked about. Would any one of us like to start off tonight's conversation?
How about you started?
Before we get into the politics, I want to say amazing news
Okay.
about something going on in the gaming industry right now.
Mhm.
So, the Xbox showcase, when they showcased the Series X and everything,
Right.
it didn't do so well.
Okay.
So, I believe July 21st to 27th, I think. And it's a week where you get to try out more than 60 demos for the Xbox Series X, and they're going to be showing off the Xbox Series X. Like, you get to actually see, like, the console.
Okay.
Which is cool. Also, July 13th, they're going to reveal the price for the PS5, so yay. That is great.
Yes.
And also for the original. So that's a few things I wanted to say.
Yes. I don't know. In the race right now, I believe the PS5 is winning. Not necessarily because the Xbox One X is what I say. The Xbox One X.
Because that's the most recent one that hasn't not been released.
I actually have an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
I think my opinion is that I think I'm going to raise up money to get the Xbox Series X first. And
Yes.
after that, I'm going to wait a few years to get the PS5. Nothing against it. I do love PlayStation.
Right.
I would take a PlayStation, but there's just some things that I just want to wait. I just feel like I need to wait for a PS5.
Right. Yeah, in my opinion, the PS5 is in much higher demand than the Xbox this coming new generation. I mean, when the PS4 and the Xbox One X first came out, it was actually the Xbox that was in higher demand at that time. But now it seems that the tables have turned, and the PlayStation 5 is getting higher revenue. Some people even
Probably
pre-ordering the thing to the
controller.
point where it's almost sold out on pre-order.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That takes me back. Do you remember 2013, 2014, when Microsoft released the Xbox One,
Mhm.
and the launch date, and it sucked because, one, you cannot play pre-owned games.
Right.
That's first off. Two, you had to be connected to the internet at all times. Three, you had to download every single game. I mean, that goes for PS5, but PS4, but still, they just had so many flaws, which led to like higher sales in PS4s.
Kyle, do you have anything to, or sorry, Mr. Zordigus, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, well, so I've done like Xbox for the entire thing, from like original all the way to most modern, getting the new one whenever it comes out,
Right.
But it's also pretty good
Can I hear
because
that?
yeah, when you're looking at it overall,
Mhm.
since there's less
I didn't hear that. I
quote
can't hear him.
yes,
Okay, are you able to? Okay. See,
yeah, dude, why don't you just
because
throw
of
it on?
technical difficulties, we're having trouble connecting the two. So basically, right now, Kyle's talking about how.
The difference in number of Xboxes versus number of PlayStations.
Yes.
Yeah.
The difference in number of Xboxes between Xbox and PlayStation.
There's more PlayStations, like numbered, but there's more Xboxes. Just
Yeah,
because they
actually,
have a bunch of different versions, like 360S versus E and
I
stuff.
think I'm gonna race up for a gaming PC this time. Possibly, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna get these two consoles first, and then after that, get a gaming PC. I don't know why. I just want to wait it out.
All right, I believe, in my opinion, if I were to buy between the new Xbox or the new PlayStation, I would probably pick the new PlayStation. Just because I think, it's a newer model, it's more franchised. Well, the Xbox Series X, it's been less franchised. I mean, the name is out there, but I myself haven't seen the design.
Yeah,
It's all over the internet, man.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing I gotta do. Anyway, Kyle, your opinion, please.
Xbox. The new Xbox is what I'm gonna get just because I don't really get PlayStations. But that's just because of controller, like how the controller is.
All right. What did he say?
He's gonna get the Xbox just because the controller is weird on the PlayStation. James, what is your opinion on it? Which one do you believe you're gonna buy first?
Buy first. I want to buy both of them, but I think what I want to buy first is Series X. I think the Xbox Series X. Nothing against PlayStation. I love PlayStation. There are a bunch of great games that are coming out, but there are rumors going around about actual about one of my favorite series. Many people, if you don't know, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. I've always loved, not always, but I really like them. I really like the franchise, and there's a rumor where they're going to do a timed exclusive for the Xbox Series X. So I think I'm gonna get that first, so I can get all the limited edition stuff that comes with it. Because I'm a huge Sonic fan, and also I just want it because of the fact that it's just really great.
Right.
And I don't know, but I've been thinking of streaming for a while. Also, so I think, not knowing too much about the PS5 and streaming, I think the Xbox Series X is the way to go for now.
Kyle, would you like to elaborate on that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Zordius.
like for a second, you just cut out for the first
sorry.
part. Do you want to elaborate on that? But yeah, speaking on like the games and stuff, since there's a lot of hype on stuff and like with EA and stuff with their remastered thing, which is
Right.
pretty much almost confirmed, I guess, on Mass Effect and stuff, the Mass Effect trilogy. Because that's probably, if they do it, they're going to put that on the new Xbox, which will hopefully be really good. But who knows?
All right. With that, would anyone like to conclude this topic? James, are you satisfied with what we've said so far?
I've not heard a word he said.
I'm just gonna take it as a yes. Kyle, are you satisfied? Zordius?
I guess, yeah.
All right, I am too. All right, we will now be taking callers. I will put my phone number in the chat so you may call us.
Also, I want to say hi to the fam, just so you know.
No
to
problem.
everyone here who is calling right now. Who is going to call? I don't know. Who's going to call Ghostbusters? Alright.
All right, now immediately take that and send it to every single, company that you can. Get the absolute max amount of spam calls on his phone.
I already get those though. So there's this. I don't even remember when it happened, but for some reason my name is set up on the caller list as Rita.
Oh, jeez.
So now I get random messages for a Rita.
Okay.
It's probably someone gave the wrong number.
Are we supposed to move on?
Oh yeah. I'm just waiting to see if anyone would like to call. If not, at 7:33 I will move on.
How is everyone doing in the COVID-19 stuff? I know it's very, very hard.
Man, we can't talk about that. Well, I mean, we can. We just gotta call it the cough.
Yeah, and also I want to say something. I actually the other day went to GameStop and bought 2 GTA games. One I already played. I was just revisiting it. It was GTA 4. Um, uh, for some reason, it was in high def.
Okay.
Even though my TV really wasn't a HD TV, and it was weird. Yeah, I played like that, but I remember I played a game. I was like, dude, how did I get used to controls? Like the driving, like when you go full accelerate and then you stop, it feels like butter was on the tires. So literally, you have to stop ahead of time. It's so weird, and combat it's just so weird also. But I also bought San Andreas, and
Okay.
oh
Seems very nice.
gosh, that game aged so poorly. So far, I think the game looks like shoot, but other than that, it's still a really good game. So far, the story is a bit slow, but that's okay. I did go through my favorite mission though, drive through. It is beautiful.
Nice one, Kyle.
Dead silence.
I just realized that. Okay, so I went to the store because I had to buy sodas today, and I'm looking at the title, Penguins Podcast 7-Eleven. I actually went to 7-Eleven to get this soda.
So you go to the
Oh boy.
gas station to buy the soda.
Yeah, I bought soda at a gas station, but I got food at where did I get food? Red Robin. There you go.
Red Robin,
Yeah. Anyway, so it is now 7:33. If you guys would like to move on, we can move on to our next topic of tonight.
Yay.
What is the next topic?
I know this might sound a little far-fetched, but politics. I would like to talk about the political standing in the United States right now. All right, the first one is, and I've done my facts on this. Most Americans say that climate change affects their local community, including 70% of their living near the coast. All right, so I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know climate change is real. I don't want to say don't be one of those people because you can believe whatever you want. It's a free country, free world, in my opinion, though it's not. But I believe that climate change is real, and we've seen that the Arctic and polar ice caps are melting away because of climate change. And not only that, a recent study from where I live, which is California, the heat goes up by 3 degrees every year.
Oh boy. I like to say something. I
Go on.
watched a video. It was from the channel, I believe, Second Thought. I think it was called Second Thought. I don't know. It's an educational channel. Anyway, so I was watching it, and what happened? This guy went on to say that humanity might end in 2100, and the year 2100 because of the fact that the climate change. And what's going to happen is that we're going to run out of food. There will be tsunamis that will be like really huge,
Right.
and we'll pretty much like almost the whole world will be flooded, and people will die from many diseases and stuff. Which mean, but however though, there is hope, because I don't know what I think NASA found some planets that we can go in so that we can survive. But
from what from my knowledge, Mars is still a possible decision if that was to happen.
yeah, but also at the
Yeah,
same
but there'd be a
time,
lot of
I
terraforming.
wouldn't.
That's true.
It would be kind of weird just going to another planet, because not only like you're leaving your home forever, but it's because of the fact that you might mutate, like if when Wally like in Wall-E, you've seen Wall-E, right?
Yes.
Like, if the humans came back, and then after they came back, they mutated to monsters, and that's how we got Monsters Inc.
Okay. I don't really. Kyle, what is your opinion on climate change?
I mean, logically, it'll start going down because, companies are going to try to make things smaller, easier, not, and of course, due to climate change, but because it's easier to make things smaller, get more money. So eventually it'll just start going down,
Right.
right?
Most likely, yes. All right, so I actually would like to go on to the topic of, what would happen if the human race ended tomorrow. If it did happen, it did end like James said it would, with a massive flood. It would basically be a next ice age if it eventually all froze over like it did in the ice age. I believe that humans would once again arise.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Would be great.
Well, I mean, eventually, because we all came from a single-celled organism and then evolved over time. If we can do that,
but it took a long, long time
well, that's
through
true.
several different iterations. Like dinosaurs, boom, they got wiped out,
Patience watching this
which made
stream,
mammals.
patience.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying we're gonna be like one day. Oh, we're actually getting an unknown call. Hold on. Hello.
I eat pennies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, caller. How are you today?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetie.
Do you have any questions for any of us about the current topic or past topics?
Or future topics.
No, I did not have any questions.
Not you, James.
But however, I will say something about this. Spread the word. The world will end if we continue this. And another thing is that we can't. Second, we cannot. The thing about it is that we can't go back. We can't reverse it. So, but however, we can reverse some of the changes. So, if you can try to do really great for the earth, that would be great. And also spread the word. Also, and also, vote Little Dicky's song, Earth, to be your best song ever. So just vote it.
All right,
Just vote it.
James, so you're actually connected with the caller so they can hear you. Caller, do you have a question about a topic for any of us?
No,
Okay, then.
I just exist.
That's nice.
All right. Thank you, caller.
I eat demons.
Hello? Sorry?
I eat demons.
You eat demons. Okay.
Yeah.
That is.
Good to know. Thank you very much. All right. Have a good day, caller. I'm just going to call James back because I screwed it up.
The heck.
Sorry?
But one thing, you hung up on me. Why?
That's because I can't singly disconnect a caller from you, so every time I merge callers so you can hear them, I have to end the phone call and then call you back.
Okay. Well, anyways, so one thing. All right.
Mhm.
You know what? You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of YouTube commenters, like the people that just go onto the YouTube comments, like just do random stuff, say random stuff.
So, Zordigus, what would you think would happen if the human race was wiped out by this huge, like, tidal wave of water and everything died? It possibly became a second ice age.
So if the entire, all land masses were covered in water,
Yes.
well, most likely obviously water-based creatures would thrive, make things go like that. Then we'd have to wait for everything to go back on land or land to come back up. It would take a long, long time. It'd be another, I don't know, like 1,000 or billion or whatever. I forget. but it would take a long time, and whatever would come out of it would not look anything like humans. That's for sure.
So you believe evolution can continue?
Well, yeah, it would obviously continue unless every single life form on Earth was wiped out. Then we'd have to either wait for asteroid or something to bust through with water and other microorganisms inside of it. I guess.
All right, thank you. James, would you like? I think we heard you. All right, so would you like to go back to politics or?
I don't know. It's up to you. I mean,
I really do like how we went from climate change to like the world ending.
oh boy. Oh yeah, that was me.
It's no problem. It's no problem. All right, so my next political thing is millennials and Gen Z Republicans stand out from their elders on climate and energy issues. Republicans ages 18 to 39 are most likely to than their GOP elders to think humans have a large role in climate change. Because I kind of understand that. Like, give an example. Back in 1973, if you asked a single American person, "Hey, is climate change real? Is it going to affect us in the future?" They're probably going to say, "No, you're kind of full of yourself." But nowadays, we actually are seeing the impact of climate change. James, you have the floor. What do you think about that?
Well, I think what they're doing is good. I think maybe if these people can do something about it, if these people were intelligent, well, I mean, of course they're intelligent, but if they thought of something that was great, then maybe we might actually save this planet, and then we can go on for more and have more future generations to come and stuff like that. I think we just need people just to like help out and stuff like that. That's what I think. Not really. I didn't really give. Not really trying to give a big opinion about it because like I didn't really know about that. I'm not keeping up with the news.
That's all right. Thank you, James.
Yeah.
Kyle, your opinion?
Yo, what was the question?
Republicans ages 18 to 39 are more likely than their GOP elders to think humans have a larger role on climate change.
Yeah, that's because they're causing climate change.
No, yeah, but an example is if you went up to someone born in, a good example is 1953, just broke out of the Korean War, and said, hey, this is affecting climate change, all the warring going around, all the stocks being used, all the oil being sent into the atmosphere is actually affecting the future. To nowadays where we're actually seeing the effect of that. What do you think?
It'll get better it'll get worse before it gets better, but then it'll probably, by the time it really becomes something bad, we'll probably already have left Earth by then.
I in my personal opinion, I believe that we got 100 years left before, climate change eventually consumes all of us. Not necessarily like a tidal wave of water, but like a stroke of death heat that is going to completely melt the ice caps, causing, world around intense heat. And eventually we will all die either from, starvation, possibly, most likely lack of water, even possibly heat stroke. But yeah, I say we got a solid 100 years if we do not change.
I agree.
All right. If you both are finished with this topic, I can move on to another one.
I guess.
Okay. Amidst protests, majorities across racial and ethnic groups express support for the Black Lives Matter movement. As a demonstration continues around the country to protest the death of George Floyd, a black man killed while in Minneapolis police custody, Americans see the protest both as reaction to Floyd's death and an expression of frustration over long-standing issues. My personal opinion about that is, they have the right to protest. It's not right what the Minneapolis police did to that man. He was in police custody, which is probably the worst thing about it. While in police custody, you're not supposed to be continuously assaulted by the police. You're already in their custody. And to see a death because of it is very, very, very inappropriate to that situation which could have been handled quite peacefully. But when it comes to the protests, I am in full support of the peaceful protests. The violent protests, which are still occurring today, are very, very horrible because it's not only destroying, businesses, but it's also destroying homes and possibly families, separated on which to choose.
Jeez.
Kyle, you have the floor.
Well, they're complaining that there should be less police force, but then when that happens and crime rate goes up, they're going to ask for more police, so it'll just be counterproductive.
Yes. James, you have the floor.
All right. Please not. Please, whatever you do, this is just my opinion. This is just my beliefs. Please do not attack me on this. I'm not a racist. All right. This is all. The First Amendment says I have the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion. And please do not unsubscribe to Thomas. Please support my friend Thomas always. And if anything, don't hate on him because of my opinions and my beliefs. Hate on me, okay? But please don't hate on me. I don't like when people hate on me. Anyways, so I think the whole memorial of George Floyd is stupid. Here's my reason why. Because I know it was incredibly messed up that the fact that police literally beat him to death, and that wasn't okay. But here's the thing about George Floyd. He did really, really horrible stuff.
That is true.
He to the point where he went to prison. He kidnapped a pregnant lady. And I hate how all these people
and abused.
giving him praise, even though, like the GoFundMe, millions of dollars poured to him. And then there are black kids who have died, all right? And it's just thousands. Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. If your cause is Black Lives Matter, I believe what you should do is all peaceful protests, no violence. Because if it is just a protest, if politicians are willing to go and actually say, yeah, Black Lives Matter, then they should act on it. But are the politicians doing it? No. Are people looking at these GoFundMe with all these kids who have died and these families who are affected by this? Families not affected by this. Are they funding them? No. They don't care. They don't care. That's the thing. That's the thing. And as a Trump supporter, by the way, I am a Trump supporter, not a racist. Again, these are my opinions, my beliefs. I believe that I believe that our economy. I think when it comes to Trump, or wait, why am I even bringing this up? I don't even know. You know what? I need to collect my thoughts because
Take your time, mate.
This was unexpected, and I wasn't really expecting to voice out my opinion because I didn't think I would have the balls to do it.
If you want, we can always continue your topic on. I would probably say Monday stream. I'm gonna do another podcast on Monday. If you would like to continue it there, that's fine.
Yes, but this is that I am gonna completely, as a person, I just think there should be more peaceful protests. I think these people should actually go and fund these families who are affected by this, and also spread it all over. Like if politicians, if the government really cared, if all these politicians really gave a damn about it, then do it all over. Do it all over Texas and Mississippi, everywhere, just everywhere. All right, that's just my opinion. This is just my beliefs. These are just my thoughts. All right. Again, if you don't like those, that's fine. All right. I'm not expecting you to take this like everything I'm saying is a fact. All right. These are just my beliefs, and yeah. So.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
All right. Kyle, are you satisfied with all that has been said here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say sure.
All right. Moving on to one, I actually had a discussion with my father earlier that will possibly be the final one since we have 7 minutes left of the podcast for tonight, and then we'll be returning with these same people and possibly more on Monday the 13th. All right.
Nice.
So the last one is Latino voters favor raising minimum wage, government involvement in healthcare, strict gun laws. Most Latino registered voters, 71%, say that they want government to be more involved in solving the nation's problems. Now, my conversation with my father today was about minimum wage. And he actually gave quite good examples of why we should not raise minimum wage. Let's say, as a good example, coffee. Coffee is probably one of the most used items in America. Let's say that, right now, a cup of coffee costs $2.80. If minimum wage went up, taxes would also rise, adding another 5 cents onto that coffee. Now, think about it like every coffee is now $2.85. Most Americans drink 3 cups of coffee a day. So, if we take that, the $2.85, and multiply it by 3, that comes to $8.55 a day. Now, if we take that number, $8.55, and multiply it by 365, as in 365 days in a year, you come to 3,120,075 dollars. Sorry, per year spent on coffee. That is a ridiculous amount of money. And sure, even like the smallest quantity, even if it was only raised by 1 cent. Let's say now that coffee is $2.81. All right. Multiply that by 3. That is now $8.43. If we take that number and multiply it once again by 365 days in a year, that is $3,076,095 a year spent just on coffee. It is ridiculous. Which is why we shouldn't raise minimum wage. Because once we raise minimum wage, people are not going to say, hey, you have this example. You are getting more money, therefore we will raise taxes. And the tax on goods is already high enough. But it will continue to rise as long as minimum wage rises. And the problem with that is that most politicians, that's their main goal. That's what they shoot for. That's what they say in their elections. We will raise minimum wage. And therefore, taxes continue to rise. And unfortunately, in the world we currently live in the year 2020, taxes are the highest right now. And the unemployment is exemplary. It's ridiculous.
That's due to
Sorry? Say,
yeah, employment's because of COVID. Everyone's not going to work.
yeah. So it's so bad right now. And if Trump does do that, since I swear I heard him say it, there will be another spike. Not in unemployment, but in taxes. Another spike in taxes.
I actually want to say something.
Go on.
All right. I think as someone who's I think as someone who really cares about America, with me, I care about America. I care about the economy. I care about everything. The reason why I'm a Republican, or not a Republican, but I'm a Republican supporter, is because of the fact that I feel like the misconception why people don't do that is because people who support Republicans, people who are Republicans are racist. No, I don't believe that at all. I think that is just a misconception by lies by the Democrats. Because if the politicians who are actually Democrats and all the Democrats, if they really cared about this economy, if they really cared about this country, why raise taxes? Well, why do all of this? See, Trump, when he came to office, our economy was great. It's been better than 60 years than we had for 60 years. Not only that, I figured out the people who claim Trump is a racist. The time that he was in office. The African American employee rate went up. Up. Why would someone that's dumb, someone that's racist, would want to raise it up? Like that doesn't make any sense. Now I don't want to go into Trump and everything. Now everything is for I don't think that they should raise taxes. I really don't. I don't really think that they should actually put up the price and everything. But these are my beliefs. These are my thoughts, and I think, these are my opinions. These are my thoughts, and people can take it or leave it. And I feel like I didn't really want to, because I didn't want to affect your channel, because you do put a lot of support. You put a lot of work in it. By the way, also, support my friend, please do. But you don't need to take my word and everything again.
All right. Thank you, James. Thank you. All right.
I'm sorry. I didn't take the time to gather my thoughts.
It's no problem.
On this, since I haven't been keeping up with the thing. However, though, if you do want to keep up with the Black Lives Matter, I suggest a channel called the Officer Tatum, so Tatum. You can go check out his channel, his YouTube channel. The Officer Tatum is a really good channel. I've watched a couple of his videos. His videos are great. I've put likes on them. If you want to go and you want to watch his channels, watch his content, please do. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, and also thumbs up.
Thank you. All right, Kyle, your opinion on this matter?
Not really. Don't really have one.
Okay then. So with that, unfortunately, we have hit our mark, and we'll be ending the stream now. I want to thank both Kyle, Mr. Zordigas, and James for being on the podcast tonight.
All right.
Thank you both. Thank you both. And the podcast will resume on Monday the 13th. The time hasn't been set yet, but will be posted by tomorrow when I do my 500 subscriber special, which will be happening at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyway,
all right.
Thank you both, and I will see you on Monday.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.